Alright, so I gotta do this video real quick, otherwise I'm gonna miss the bus real soon. But anyways, alright. So I've been messing around with music, or I guess I don't know if you could call it music for what I've been doing, but it's like I just wanted to throw this idea out there just to spice up my channel a little bit. And alright, so the way that this works, straight to the point, is alright, metaphorically speaking, let's say we have the base, which is the earth, like the ground. Like, say we have this ground and it never changes. Like, throughout all life, this ground is always going to be the same no matter what. Unless there's an earthquake, and then the ground form would change, like mountains would move, all that stuff. And going throughout life, like the seasons change, and then you see different behaviors, you see different animals come out, you see different fruits, different plants, different um, flowers, just everything's like everything changes throughout the season. And that's like that will be like layer two. Now the base, it never changes. Layer two does change, just like the seasons. Layer three is like the weather, like whatever's above that layer two surface. Um, it gives it an influence as well. Like the weather, if it wasn't for the weather, then these certain plants wouldn't be coming into play. Um, and then above the weather, you have like space, which would be like layer four. Yeah. And then anything above that, you can get higher and higher and higher. But if you stand on the ground and you look up to space, things aren't as clear or defined, or you could say kind of like the ground is high definition, and space is like it's like a drawing on a paper. It's not even standard definition television. So it's like it's hard to make things out when it's higher up. So you get more details on the floor and you get less details on top. Now with this whole thought process, I like to fool around with sound, and kind of like how Guitar Hero is, or if you ever play this game called Frequency on PS2, you get different button patterns that you have to press the buttons to do things, and that's what I do with like sound. I like to make certain patterns, and I'll make a bass pattern that never changes, unless I want to get creative and say earthquake happened, and then I could change it a little bit. But so that's the base. I'll make, like, I guess you could say a beat or whatever kind of pattern that would stay the same always. Then layer two would basically highlight certain parts the in the base pattern. So it's another pattern laid on top of the base pattern, but it basically highlights different things in the first pattern. So it's kind of like looking at a picture and getting different perspectives. So it's kind of like looking at, in a sense, a beat and figuring out how to listen to it in different ways. Um, and then on top of the second layer, which is like outlining the base, the third layer will outline the second layer, and it'll give you again another perspective of how to listen to that pattern. So you could just get more technical, but the base never changes. So the second layer would be one thing, and then it would change perspective of the base. So of the base pattern. So basically, what my goal is, it's like to be a challenge to myself, is to like listen to a pattern and try to anticipate where it's going or follow it. See if I could like really understand and comprehend the pattern that's going on. And I like to try to trick myself. So instead of it being called music, or it's more like drawing a pattern on a piece of paper. So it's not exactly a portrait that you draw, and it's not a landscape. That's kind of like what I do with sound. Is I just make these weird patterns to try to follow and understand and see like the construction of it, instead of it just being something enjoyable to listen to or anything like that. If you understand what I'm talking about and you like to play with music, I don't know. I just haven't really seen anything out there like that. I don't think it has like a name or anything um, of what I do. But yeah, if this inspires you to try it out, go for it. I find it very easy to do it on a keyboard, or if you have any kind of sound programs that you could work with, you could go from there. Or if you have a friend, then they can make some kind of pattern, and then you could take any instrument and or sound that you can outline their beat, and then you could do it in different ways, just like how seasons change. So that's it for this video, and I gotta go before I miss my bus. So later.